reproduction. Social insects are insects that live together in a nest as one group and practice division of labor where every individual performs a specific function to benefit the colony as a whole. In this lesson we shall look at the caste system of termites, their mode of life, how the structure of the caste is related to their functions, and finally their economic importance. External features of the caste of termites. The caste system refers to the social organization of individuals of the same species living together but divided into different groups, with the members of each group adapted to perform distinct functions. That is, there is division of labor among the members of the caste. A caste consists of individuals which have been specially adapted to perform a particular function. There are three castes of termites, which are reproductives, workers and soldiers. The reproductives are with fertile males and females. They then become king and queen of the colony. The king and queen are similar in appearance at their early stages of life. They have the following features in common. The head bears a pair of small compound eyes and a pair of short antennae. The thorax bears two pairs of long, narrow and fragile membranous ones. It also bears three pairs of walking legs. Over half of the length of the wings protrudes beyond the tip of the abdomen. The segmented abdomen is dark brown in color and bears amyl cerca. Later in life, the queen becomes the largest member, followed by the king. Both have wing stubs after losing their wings during swarming. The queen has an enormous white abdomen which is full of eggs. Spiracles are clearly seen on the sides of the abdomen, with strips of hardened brown cuticles spacing out the segments dorsally. Workers. The workers exist as sterile males and females. They are the smallest in size and most numerous members of the caste. They have dark brown head bearing biting and chewing mouth parts and a pair of antennae but no eyes. The thorax bears three pairs of walking legs but no wings. The thorax merges into its white abdomen. Soldiers. There are two types of soldiers in the caste, mandibulae and nested soldiers. The mandibulae soldier has a hard brown head with powerful jaws, mandibles, but no eyes. The nested soldier, found in some species, has a round head. Instead of jaws, the head projects out in front, tapering to a sharp point. Like the workers, the soldiers lack eyes and wings. Mode of life of termites. Microtermes live in a nest called termarium, made from sand and clay particles cemented together with the workers' saliva. Part of the termarium is below the ground, with the main portion projected above the ground to about 3 meters or more high. The outside of the mound is dry and hard, but the inside is warm and moist. At the center of the lower half of the nest is the royal chamber where the king and queen live. Surrounding the royal chamber are other chambers and a maze of interconnecting tunnels and passages through which the termites move and find food. Air from the external environment moves through these tunnels and passages to ventilate the nest. The internal temperature and humidity of the nest are fairly constant to about 30 degrees Celsius. Hence, changes in the external climatic conditions does not affect the termites. In the mounds of some species of termites is a chamber of fungus known as fungus garden. Termites, being social insects, live in colonies or communities where they practice well-developed division of labor. It means particular groups in the colony have adaptations to them perform certain tasks which benefits the whole colony. The winged reproductives mate during nuptial flight, after which the male becomes the king and the female becomes the queen. The eggs produced by the queen hatch into nymphs which are small, white or almost transparent. The nymphs go through incomplete metamorphosis to become reproductives, workers and soldiers. The workers build and repair the nest, search for food and feed the other castes of the colony. They also look after the nymphs. The soldiers defend the colony against invaders, with the mandibulae soldiers using their powerful jaws as a weapon. The nested soldiers squirt a poisonous fluid through the snout-like projection at the front of their heads. The workers and soldiers avoid direct sunlight by moving through covered runways built by the workers when outside the nest. A worker termite feeds on food which consists mainly of cellulose but cannot digest it on its own because of its inability to secrete cellulose digesting enzymes. It therefore feeds on partially digested cellulose produced by fungi in the fungus gardens, as well as the cultivated fungi themselves. The worker, after digesting its food, regurgitates part of it to feed the other castes. In some termite species have protozoa in their gut to digest the cellulose in the food sufficiently for them to utilize. This benefits the termite, and the protozoa receive food and shelter as well. Relationship between structure and function of the termite caste-winged reproductives. They are made up of reproductive males and females with wings, which is used to make the nuptial flight to mate during swarming, after which the king and queen arise. Queen. The role of the queen is to produce eggs that are fertilized by the king to begin a new colony. Its abdomen is elongated and enlarged to carry a large number of eggs. Production of eggs requires large amount of energy, hence a large size of the queen means that she has enough food stored to provide energy. Worker. The role of the worker is to build a termitarium, to tend the fungus gardens and to provide food for the rest of the castes. Because of these functions, the mouthports are modified for biting and chewing. Since they don't reproduce, they are sterile males and females. They are the smallest in size, wingless and blind to enable them perform their duties. Soldiers. The role of the soldiers is to defend the colony against invaders. They are sterile, wingless and blind. Mandibulae. Soldiers have powerful jaws, mandibles, for biting and defense. Whilst the nested soldiers have large head with a snout-like projection for squirting poisonous fluid. The soldiers also use their large heads to block the entrance of tunnels in defense of the colony. Economic importance of termites. Although termites eat dead wood, their tunnels may weaken plant stems, causing them to collapse or giving access to fungus and other diseases. Where the bark of a tree is chewed by the termites, the flowing may be interrupted, causing the death of the tree. Some species of termites cover the plants with their mud runways as they try to reach dead wood. This may cause the plant to wither and collapse. Example: cocoa trees, sugar cane, and coconut trees may be affected by termites. The nests built by microtermes get in the way of agricultural machinery and have to be pulled down with explosives or leveled with bulldozers. This increases the cost of mechanized farming, construction of roads and building site. Since they feed on dead wood, termites damage wooden fabric buildings, furniture, stored timber, electric and telephone poles. Termites are also useful in the sense that they feed on dead leaves, logs, tree trunks and other wooden products in the forest. This action reduces plant parts into humus, which enrich the soil. The tunnels made by some species of termites in the ground help to aerate the soil by opening the air spaces.